Okay, so we're trying to document a little bit of our project, which we've started recently. We're trying to build an electric car. We're trying to do it on a student's budget, which means to us for the build we're going to spend about $1,000. We've spent $400 so far. Basically we built it so far with none of us having any experience. We've learned everything about what to do and what we need by looking at forums on the internet.
We have no previous mechanical knowledge. So far we haven't had too much trouble pulling things apart. It might get more difficult when we have to put them back together.
Yeah, so when the car's finished it's hopefully going to do about 50 kilometers as a range. We're aiming for that. If we get anything less, we'll still be happy. The top speed of the car will probably only be about 50 kilometers an hour as well.
Which is still faster than our bikes, and we're fairly convinced that average speed in the inner city where we live probably isn't that far above that anyway.
So what we've got left to do, apart from the car and the motor, the next biggest thing is the batteries. They're really hard to come across because once they're used, they're used. They're very hard to recondition to get to work again, and even if they do work again, they won't work for very long. And they're quite expensive.
I think at this point we're looking for second-hand batteries. They'll probably end up being quite well used, and if we need to upgrade in the future, we can certainly take that route.
We set a time frame of about 6 months to get the project completed. I think we're about 3 months in, and we've got half the parts we need and got half the parts out of the car that we don't need. There's a lot.
I think those were the easy bits, but it's okay.
It's Daihatsu Handyvan. The guy I bought it from was just bemused really that I wanted to take a car that ran on the smell of an oily rag, as he put it, and turn it into an electric vehicle, which will be slower and won't go as far. But it is about the idea that we don't need to be burning fossil fuels anymore. We have the technology not to do it. So the idea came from an electric car I found on the internet called the Fork and Swift. It was a car built with an electric forklift motor, used batteries, and done for a budget after selling everything back, which we plan to do as well, like scrap metal, old engine parts. I think it was built for a budget of about $700 US. So we're trying to imitate that in Australia. Our project's called Electric Car on a Student's Budget.
We want it all to be replicable by any other student. We want to prove that without expertise or any money, we've managed to build an electric vehicle. And we don't have a beer in hand yet, which is very rare.
Alright, cool.